How you doing? Listen, first of all, I want to tell you that it has been a blessing to be before you all this year. We're going to talk about what the stock market is looking like for 2022. This will be my last video of the year. And make sure you don't fall for any spam. I will never ask you for a phone number or WhatsApp to send Bitcoin anywhere or money anywhere or to contact anyone. Not just my page, anybody's page, all right? Never fall for it, all right? And then also too, at the end of this video, make sure you check out all of my links below, all right? Have a lot of helpful tools there. Let's get right into where I see the market going for 2022 and where we will make money, okay? And so remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell a stock or crypto. You have to do your own due diligence, all right? Let's get right into it before I lose my voice. So let me put some glasses on here. So as we could see, it says here, the majority of Fed members forecast 3 interest rate hikes in 2022 to fight inflation, right? So you say, why do they have to even raise it? Because they have to fight inflation. We've had inflation because of COVID, with the supply chain, problems that's causing prices to go up, and inflation has been running rapid. Everything costs more. You're paying more for everything from food to lumber, material, you name it, it costs more. Now the Fed has to raise interest rates. And the Fed said that they're going to raise it 3 times in 2022, right? So let's keep reading here because I want to go through some things and show you what's happening with GDP, right? The central bank now expects real gross domestic product, that's what GDP stands for, to grow 5.5% in 2021, which is this year. That's down from his estimate of 5.9 growth from the September meeting, okay? And so what's happening is GDP is not growing at a rate, which is not good. When gross domestic product does grow, it's actually positive for the market. As a matter of fact, you could have growth in the Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq. Those could actually keep growing if GDP grows with it, okay? But if GDP is not growing and those keep growing, eventually they get top heavy, all right? Let's take another look here. One of the most common is GDP, right? Look at here. It has become widely used as a reference point for the health of national and global economists, right? And so it's a measuring stick to see how the economy is growing. This is all leading somewhere. Stick with me, all right? So what do we look for in 2022, Larry? We look for value stock. We look for stock that is $25 now, right? But it should be worth $50. So we look for stock that are underpriced, okay? And it's like a stock that's oversold. Then that's a buy sign for us, all right? And so that's what we want to look at. Let's look here a little further here. So look, let's read. In contrast, value investors look for a $50 stock that are actually worth $100 today. Now, in a few years, if the company continues its business plan, these investors are typically buying stock that are out of favor now and therefore have a low valuation. Okay? So remember that low valuation. A lot of these companies now have a high valuation and a high PE, like Tesla. And you say, yeah, Larry, but you bought some Tesla. Yeah, I bought some Tesla at $8.95 about 5 days ago, but I'm going to try to sell that in about a couple of weeks if it gets close to 1200, which I believe it will. And I'm going to just take that profit and I'm going to sell it again. But remember, I have a ton of Tesla that I bought at a much lower rate that I'm not selling. That is a long-term investment for me. I take the same stock, I do swing trades, and I do long-term investing on it. And it has worked for me over these last 2 years extremely well. Let's continue to look. And so here I like this because it gives you some value investing and some growth investing, right? Company features. You see here what the company features are for growth, and you see it for value. Value stock grows slow, all right, or not at all, all right? Growth stock, tech stocks, and these are products, right? So what are growth stock, tech stocks? You know what is also a tech stock? Teslas, EVs, those are also tech stocks. Like that line is blurry. It's not just Apple and those type of deals, okay? And so the PE, look at this, the PE ratio is higher in growth stocks, which they are. You check all of the growth stocks, they are higher. And they're lower in value stock, right? So that's what we're going to look at. And then dividends are less often in growth stock, if not at all, and more in value stock. And then here's some samples. Amazon, as far as a growth stock, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and they're more volatile. See, the volatility is higher with growth stock, but they're lower with value stock. Okay, so I hope that this is helping a lot of you guys because it gives you a snapshot of what a value stock is compared to a growth stock. Okay, and this is a really good thing. What page is this? What is this? Look at this. This article is right here at Bankrate. That's where you can find this. Just type this in, Google this in, and you will find this. I want you guys to look at this for yourself. It's very helpful. Okay, let's look at this. This is where I see the crypto market going. Now, as you could see here, I pulled up these indexes, okay? You got the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and then I put Bitcoin in here. I'm using Bitcoin as an index for all crypto, all right? So I'm using Bitcoin somewhat as the Dow, all right? So let's look at it. You do know that when Bitcoin tanks, all crypto tanks. If you look at the correlation, whatever the other indexes do, Bitcoin does it, but it does it accentuated. So these go down, Bitcoin really goes down. These go back up, Bitcoin really goes back up. The mood swings are much more aggressive in the same direction. Look at here, down, back up. See this spike? When everything spiked back up, look at how much Bitcoin spiked back. So Bitcoin is orange. That's the orange here. The Dow is blue. S&P is yellow. And then the NASDAQ is whatever this color is, fuchsia. I just like saying that. I don't know. So it goes down. And then when it goes back up, look at what Bitcoin did. And so for those of you that say, I don't need to know anything about the stock market, that's not true. If you understand the stock market, you'll do much better in crypto. People that know the stock market perform way better with cryptocurrencies because they see fully what's going on. All right. So this is what I see happening for 2022. The Fed will start to raise interest rates in the spring. I think we'll have a decent January and February and a decent half of March, right? It all depends on when the Fed decides to raise. Now, some think he's going to raise in April. Then if inflation keeps going out of control, he's going to raise it sooner. If he raises it sooner, it could force the entire stock market to go into a bear market. What do we do in a bear market? We don't run screaming like a 10-year-old schoolgirl or, a 14-year-old schoolgirl in a horror movie. That's not what we do. We look for opportunity because I'll say this again, And it's a saying that is true. Millionaires are made in bull markets. Billionaires are made in bear markets. And that's because if you find a value stock, remember, that's already underpriced and it gets beat down even more, guess what's going to happen when you come out of the bear market, turn around, and then go into a bull market? You're going to be making a lot of money, right? And so these are long-term investments for Larry. Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell a stock or crypto. But those will be my long-term investments. And am I going to buy it soon as it tanks? No, I'm going to dollar cost average for months. Remember, bear markets go for months to years, okay? And I don't think that this one is going to be for years. I personally don't. I think inflation will start to slow down, and then I think that the market absorbs a lot of bad news and it prices it in, okay? And so that's what I think. I don't think it's going to be prolonged. I think it's just going to hit the market. It's going to hit it hard, and we will start to rebound, I believe, by the end of the year. I believe we'll have a good early spring, and I believe we'll have a good fall. Anything could happen, okay? So now if the Fed winds up raising the interest rates 4 times, that's going to be horrible for the stock market, okay? And so we have to keep all of that in mind. So I believe that the stock market and crypto will get hit on the first interest rate, and the second interest rate, I think by the third interest rate, stock market will be like, we knew this was coming. So it'll get priced in. So that's what I see. But I see a ton of opportunity to make a lot of money. Everything that you do for 2022, I want you to do it with a mind frame of how much money you're going to be making by the end of 2025, all right? So it's time to sow, because that harvest is coming in 2025. And I believe that this is the best opportunity and the greatest opportunity for a lot of you investors, not just for stocks, but also crypto. I believe that we'll be making multiples if we just stay steady, and just sow through. And I believe that we'll make a ton of money if we just hold through this bear market and buy stocks when they are beat down. We will do well. And then what's going to happen is we'll get to the after the growth stock, right? We'll get into, after the value stock, we'll get into the growth stock, because what's going to get beat down the worst during this is the growth stock. And those are the ones with the high PE, right? Those are the growth stock. When we buy these, that's going to get beaten down so much. Some of these are going to be EVs. Some of them will be charging station. All of them will be the Cathie Wood stock. But let me tell you something about the Cathie Wood stock. That is different right now. Cathie Wood is brilliant. I think she was just early. Everybody else is poo-hooing on her right now. But the Cathie Wood stock are going to be the golden eggs at the bottom of the bear market. This bear market will give you the opportunity to buy stocks and crypto on the longest sell ever. So that's what I want you guys to do. Whatever you get paid, I don't care if you buying $10 worth of stock. Whenever you get paid, just keep dollar cost averaging through the bear market. That means do not throw all your money on the first dip. Make sure you just buy through the bear market and hold. And it's easier to manage a lot of stock when you have them in different brokerage accounts, because you know what they're there for. And in my Fidelity, that's my long hold. But my swing trading, I do it all with Webull. I have a link below. Download that link and deposit $1, and they're going to give you $2,300 worth of stock. I'm looking at the wrong camera, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not going to change it. It's late. I've shot this 2 times. This information is good, though, and I want you to take this, and I want you to run with it. We will see you in the new year. I will be dropping a video January 1st, but I am Monday, the first Monday of the new year, I will be sharing with you 3 portfolios that I'm going to be sharing with you during the year. All right, good people, I'm going to bed now. I'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.